It's really important that we all take individual and collective responsibility for climate change and our carbon footprint. And the first thing you need to do is to know what your carbon footprint is and where the bad bits are. So the carbon map is about putting our finger onto exactly that. Where are the hotspots of carbon?
Tackling climate change requires coordinated action. It is vital that we all work together, collaborate effectively if we are to drastically reduce emissions. The Cambridge Carbon Map is a great way to do that.
Carbon dioxide is invisible, literally, in the atmosphere, but also figuratively in the daily decisions of ordinary people going about their lives, and that makes it difficult to manage. The Cambridge Carbon Map will help us measure how and where we emit carbon, as well as who we need to bring together to reduce it. And once we can measure it, we can manage it.
So it's basically this online platform where you can see the emissions data of various organisations. And we think that by bringing all this data together in one place, from out of the shadows or wherever it was hidden, makes it much more powerful, much more likely to instigate change.
The Cambridge Carbon Map aims to be a collaboration between all organisations in Cambridge, be it the university, the council, or local businesses. And the idea is that we put everyone's carbon emission data onto an online map which is easily accessible.
So one of the main aims of the map that I really like is this sense of creating a community when it comes to climate action.
We've got not just people from across different universities in the UK, but also a worldwide team of professionals who really believe in the core sort of aims and values of the project.
I love the project management. I love the support and collaboration from everybody on the team.
I got involved with Carbon Map because coming from a natural sciences background, I wanted to have some more hands-on experience.
We have such a global team that I'm always learning some new things when we are discussing.
Carbon Map is a platform allowing communities to come together, collaborate, discuss, and even compete, all in the name of climate action. We've had to communicate and present ideas clearly and help one another in solving problems. It's been a great journey so far, and I'm excited for what the future holds.
Now what we need is data from the organisations and businesses in Cambridge so that we can start to fill up the map and get the conversation going. We're also keen to hear from any organisations that would like to collaborate with us to extend the map, bring in more data, or make it a more effective resource. We're very grateful to Cambridgeshire County Council, the City Council, and also the University of Cambridge for all their support with this project. I'd also like to thank all of the volunteers who've been working on the carbon map for the last few months. They've done a fantastic job.
Good morning, my name is Stefan Hazelwimmer and I'm one of the founders of the Cambridge Carbon Map. And today I'd like to talk about the UK Carbon Map. It's an idea basically to create a model that communities across the UK, whether they're villages, towns or cities, can adopt that represent some of the key values of the Cambridge Carbon Map. So what are those values? Well, firstly, it's all about collaboration. It's about bringing together lots of different, diverse people to collect data so that we can be clear what we need to do on the climate challenge. Number two, it's about open and public data. It's about taking the data that already exists and making it freely available so that we can all be clear where we are with our carbon emissions. And the third and final thing, it's about taking carbon dioxide, this thing that's all around us, it's invisible, and trying to make it visible and tangible so that we can all be clear where we are and what we need to do about it. So those are the values. And we went away with the Carbon Map team and we tried to think about ways that we could create a model that could really take root in communities across the UK. And we came up with three broad ideas. Well, firstly, it's all about localism. It's about having local information. So the idea is to create local maps for every village, town and city across the UK. So whether that's cambridge.carbonmap.uk or brighton.carbonmap.uk or leeds.carbonmap.uk, it's about having local maps that show the local data. So we've got these maps. The risk is you start off with a map and it's like a big jigsaw and none of the pieces are filled in. So as a way of helping people get started, we thought, how can we start to fill in some of the pieces of the jigsaw? So we looked at the national data, and there is some quite good national data out there. There's data from universities, there's lots of data from large companies, and we started compiling that data together so to sort of provide, as it were, bits of the jigsaw already so that people can be less intimidated by the prospect of building this overall picture. And then the third element, which is really crucial, it's about empowerment. It's about making sure that each local community is empowered to collect the data and to build up its own local picture. So what we're proposing is what we're calling the Carbon Map Community Interest Company. So the idea is that every community would have its own Carbon Map KIC, Community Interest Company, and their job would be to collect the data, build partnerships among the local stakeholders, and to produce a final local map for each local community. And we're all about partnership and collaboration, so if anyone would like to work with us, please get in touch.